Hello, today we're going to start working with combining images. I'm going to show you a little bit different way to do it. This is using Photoshop. I'm going to work with a little bit, one photo at a time, and then I'll put them together. So the first thing I'm going to do on this image, I'm going to crop it down. Zoom in to get that cropped close enough where I want it. As I'm going to crop this down, I'll get a little bit of a better image to work with here. Beautiful. So I'm going to crop this down. And the first thing we notice about both photos, I'm going to go ahead and show you the other photo so that you know what I'm talking about, is one has a light dark brown or background and one has a dark background. And that's going to make them hard to blend together. You can't just blend the edges and make it fit. You're going to have to replace this background. So you can put both the images together and then fix the background, or I even do it like this sometimes. When I first started learning, that was a little bit too complicated for me, so I just like to do it a little at a time. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out a background. I'm going to pull it up. I'm not even going to worry about changing it black and white or any of that, because right now all I'm looking at is I need to get those to have the same background. And I think I want a lighter background. I don't want something real dark. And the reason behind that is it's just, I think it really will look better. So I'm going to pick this one right here. And that's beautiful. So I'm going to see if it will actually go over the photo. And it will. Okay, lovely. So I want that a little darker so that it shows up a little better, because I know it's not going to show it real well if I don't. Okay. Alright, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. Okay, so we cover this up. I'm going to pull this down a little bit. Not like that. Okay, so I'm going to turn my opacity down where I can see it. And I'm going to touch this little button at the bottom under your layers. It's going to look like a box with a circle in it. And then I'm going to go to my paintbrush. And I'm on the black. And I'm just going to paint where he is at. And I find it a little easier sometimes if you don't have them the same color. And the reason is because it's easier to see if you've missed spots than it is if you have them both the same color and you're trying to create that background. Okay, so now that we got that done, turn this opacity back up so that I can see how it looks. See, I can see where I've missed a spot there, there. Actually got a little bit too far over there. So I'm going to turn the white on. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to give myself a little sharper edge too. Okay. Scrolling up and look. That looks great. Wonderful. Okay, so now that we've got that, what we're going to do is actually turn it black and white. Well, we're going to flatten it first. So go to layers and go all the way to the bottom, and it says flatten image. Then we're going to go to image, adjustments, and desaturate. And now you have that, you see how that color is just blended really well with him. Now we're going to go do the same thing for her. So we're going to crop this down. And I'm going to adjust her, because he's a little more, if you look, it's okay. Cancel that so you can see. If you look, he's a little more saturated than she is. But I'm going to do this so that I can see those lines a little better to get around. Okay. Alright, so I'll do the same thing with her. I'm going to pull this over to her image. It's going to sit on top. And I'm going to adjust it because I want a little bit of dark in the corner like I did with his. Not like that. And that's just personal preference when you deal with certain things like that, how you do it. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my paintbrush and I'm going to start painting her in. And it's real hard to see this edge over here because you can't really see that boa real well. So I'm just kind of doing a general because she's going to be behind him anyway, so it's not really going to make a big difference. Now, if I had wanted to put her in front, it would have. Oh. Well, usually helps if I put my layer mask on first. I thought that looked a little dark. So we're going to go down here to the square with the circle in the box, and then we'll start coloring in. There we go. Thought it looked a little off. Like I said, we couldn't see the shawl, so we're just going to kind of guess, because we're going to crop that edge off anyway, most of it, so. Alright, and I'm going to add this little piece back that I see I missed right here. There. So then we're just like we did with the other one. We're going to turn the background opacity back up. Have a look and see if we've missed anything. We got over, clean those edges up some. And here's a funny thing. How that always... So that looks pretty good. So we're going to zoom out, and I could actually add a little bit back right here. It's not going to really matter though. Like I said, she's going to be underneath him, but we're going to, just for comical sake there. Okay, and then we're going to make her black and white. So we're going to go to image. Well, let's flatten these in. Image, adjustments, desaturate. And now we have her. And I'm going to get this pot off here. I wasn't going to clean this up, but that's Those are irritating me. Okay, so now we've got him and we've got her. Okay, so now we're going to put him in the same image. I'm going to adjust his levels just a hair. Don't want to adjust them too much because it'll change the background. Okay, and so I'm going to go to like I'm cropping, and I'm just going to extend this, and I have to put her in here as well. And I can always go back and crop that back down. And then I'm just going to pull her image over to his image. About like that. And I even could have cropped hers off. Let's crop her off a little bit before we pull her over. And now I'll show you why. I'm going to crop this side off a little bit. Okay, now let's pull her over. Now it's kind of easier to see where she should be. And it would be better if she was like that. So I'm actually going to resize her a little bit. Sometimes you have to do this. You kind of just have to play with it. So image size. Let's take her down to about 75. Let's see how that does. That's a little too small. Size about, just about. And that's about perfect right there. So we're going to line them up about like that. The reason is we kind of want it to look like her shoulder sitting, or his shoulder sitting in kind of in front of her. Okay. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use the patch tool. And we're just going to start patching these edges. Oh, it usually helps if I flatten this first, so that they're both of the same thing. We're just going to start blending this edge a little bit. And it's not hard to do because we use the same background. So it will blend really well very quickly. And I'm not going to do it there. And the reason is because I'm going to clone right there. But I am going to kind of do it here because these are kind of like a little boa or something, and we kind of want those to blend a little bit. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to move his shoulder over just a hair. So how we're going to do this, we're going to actually clone it. So I'm going to take this up quite a bit. Alright. And I could actually bring it out just a bit more if I wanted to. Okay, and then I'm actually going to bring her little bow out a little bit. And sharpen that up. So now we have a complete image. Now over here, let's have a look over here. You see how off that looks? Because it's all bowed here and then it kind of looks like she's wearing something here. And we don't want that. And we could either clone this and flip it and all that, but the easiest way is going to be to just crop it down a little bit. Because they're going to be in the same photo anyway, so there's no need. So, now that we've got them in the same photo, he still looks a little bigger than her. Probably should have resized him. But now that we got him in the same photo, we're actually just going to start coloring. And most of you already know how to color. If not, check out our videos on coloring, so I'm not really going to go over that. And basically what this is to show you is how to combine two people in the same image. And there's several ways to do this in Photoshop, but I think this may be the easiest.